Have you ever taken a loan?
Presumably, there was a need supported by quick return for the lenders. Government usually borrows money to implement infrastructural projects, providing relief in case of disasters and epidemics. Ironically, the lack of an immediate return has caused a local civil society organization to call for debt cancellation as the debt burden reaches 49 trillion shillings.
We are talking about total debt cancellation for currently all the outstanding loans. In other words, from whichever period to date, so that we can see zero.
Propelling the call for debt relief is the recent suspension of the payment of interest on concessional loans.
In April, the World Bank's Development Committee and the G20 finance ministers endorsed the debt service suspension initiative. What this debt service suspension initiative did was to extend repayment by these low-income countries of the debt that they owe for 6 months.
In 1990s, when the Uganda Debt Network, together with other actors on the African scene, faced the global north for debt cancellation under highly indebted poor countries, it looked as a mountain and was never to be. The long and short story is that was achieved. In fact, Uganda was the first country to qualify for that debt cancellation under HIPC.
The slow economic growth and inadequate revenue is also behind increased calls for the debt cancellation. The Bank of Uganda has declared that Uganda's economy is growing at a rate of 3% per annum instead of 6%.
For heaven's sake, if you do not have a functioning mulago because of limited resources as a country, but you are running to go and pay someone else's debt, who already has fetched so much, even so much more from your economy, we think that is not good manners. We think that is not good economy.
But concessional loans are a small bit of what Uganda owes in public debt, a reason for advocating for the extension of cancellation from all the lending institutions.
This initiative, the members of the DSSI, if they were to even write off the debt, this would be only 20% of Uganda's debt, because the bigger part, which is the 80%, is owed to the China and the bilateral private creditors.
Also, the future loans are required to have zero interest repayment for 10 years. The economists say the accumulated public debt portfolio means each Ugandan is required to make a repayment of 1.2 million shillings annually for the next 100 years to make Uganda completely debt-free. Jackson Onyango, NTV.